Japan is known as a nation of robots, anime, and futuristic cities. And yet, every New Year millions of Japanese visit Shinto shrines. And when a new emperor ascends the throne, the rituals performed are almost identical to those from ancient times. Why do myths thousands of years old still guide one of the most technologically advanced societies on Earth? Chapter 1. What is Japanese mythology? Japanese mythology is preserved in two ancient chronicles, the Kojiki compiled in 712 and the Nihon Shoki 720. Together, they tell the story of the world's creation and how the Japanese islands and people came into being. At the center of this mythology stands the sun goddess, Amaterasu. For the Japanese, Amaterasu was not just a divine figure, she symbolized life, order, and hope itself. Chapter 2. The story of Amaterasu. One of the most famous episodes is the Ama no Iwato, or Heavenly Rock Cave. When her brother Susanu's violent behavior angered her, Amaterasu hid herself in a cave. The world was plunged into darkness. Crops withered and people despaired. The gods held a grand festival outside the cave, with music, dancing, and laughter. Curious about the noise, Amaterasu peeked out. At that moment, the gods pulled her out, and light returned to the world. This myth teaches two timeless lessons without the sun. Life cannot continue, and only through cooperation can chaos be overcome. Chapter 3. Why myth still shapes daily life. In the West, mythology is often seen as stories of the past. In Japan, however, myths live on through Shinto, a belief system that is less a religion in the Western sense and more a way of life. Visiting a shrine on New Year's Day, holding weddings in shrines, purification ceremonies before construction projects, jichinsai, local festivals where portable shrines are carried through the streets. These practices are woven into everyday culture, regardless of whether people consider themselves religious. Amaterasu and the other deities are not distant gods, they are integrated into the rhythm of Japanese life. Chapter 4. Myth and Politics. Amaterasu is said to be the direct ancestor of Japan's imperial line. This has given the emperor a unique legitimacy for centuries. In ancient times, divine authority was the foundation of the emperor's rule. In the Meiji-era state, Shinto was used to unify the nation. In modern Japan, the emperor no longer holds political power, but remains a cultural and spiritual symbol. Even today, the enthronement ritual, known as the Daijosai, involves offering prayers to Amaterasu at Ise Shrine. This shows how mythology continues to shape the highest levels of Japan's national identity. Chapter 5. How Japan differs from the West. Greek mythology shaped Western civilization, its philosophy, art, and early concepts of democracy. But its gods were deeply human, with flaws and weaknesses. Over time, Greek myths became literature and cultural memory, not living rituals. Japanese mythology, by contrast, is still alive. It is embedded in seasonal festivals, shrine visits, and even state ceremonies. In the West, mythology is history. In Japan, mythology is living culture. Chapter 6. Myths in the Age of AI. But in the 21st century, an age of AI and robotics, do myths still matter? The answer is absolutely. In Japan, even new office buildings, factories, and sometimes AI data centers begin with Shinto purification rites. Scientifically, they may not be necessary, but people feel reassured, connected to tradition, and hopeful for the future. This reveals a truth: technology provides data, but myths provide meaning. Amaterasu's myth of light returning after darkness resonates deeply in Japan, a land often struck by earthquakes and disasters. It teaches that through cooperation and resilience, communities can always rebuild. That message is just as relevant in the AI era as it was 1,000 years ago. Conclusion. Japanese mythology is not a relic, it is a blueprint for culture and society. Amaterasu's light represents more than the sun. It represents harmony, cooperation, and the power to build a future together. That is why Japan can be both a hyper-modern society of bullet trains and AI, and at the same time, a nation that bows before its ancient gods. So let me leave you with a question. What myths are still shaping your society today?